Hello, everybody. So excited for day 4 of the 5-day holiday gift guide, where I'm taking you through some amazing gift ideas that you can hint to your family or friends, or secret Santa yourself, as I like to say. And lots of people in my Moving and Reshaping Club Facebook group have been admitting to secret Santaing yourself. Nothing wrong with that, because the gifts that I am going through this week in my Ultimate Holiday Gift Yourself Guide, there are 40 great gift ideas to help all those women over 40 who are struggling with their stiff, achy changing bodies like I was 7 years ago, because it is possible to look great, feel great, and age well when we are doing the right things for our bodies. And these gifts that I'm going through with you this week, this is a great opportunity to get, all that stuff that you are meaning to get, instead of getting gifts that are just going to go into that bottom drawer of oblivion. These are things that can really help you make the next year, the year that everything changes for you. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm on the right mic. Amazing. And I am going to pin this in the Facebook group. The magic of what I do is really going down in my Facebook group. I have tons of free exercises, resources. So head to the, I'm going to put it in the featured. You can find all the replays in my Facebook group, the Moving and Reshaping Club for Women Over 40. Okay, it is there. And I will try and put all the links everywhere on all the different channels where people are watching me, but I can only really monitor the comments in the Facebook group. So if you're there, if you're watching us live, say hi wherever you are in the world, and let's get started on day 4, because I have some awesome things to share with you. We are talking about standing and standing desks, which is 100% relevant, even if you are retired and you don't necessarily work behind a computer. You are going to want to listen to today's gifts for sure. Okay, amazing. Say hi wherever you are in the world, and we are going to get started, because today is day 4 of the 5-day holiday gift fair. Sorry. Hang on, let me just get my take right here. Today is day 4, and I'm sharing with you my favorite gifts that help me and the hundreds of women in the Reshape Method program and in my community to get and stay in shape and be ache-free. And it's true, at 53, I am slimmer, stronger, pain-free, and happier than I was 10 years ago. Am I special? Absolutely no. Do I have a special approach? Heck yes, and I'm sharing my special approach with you all this week. So give me a 1 in the comments if you want 2024 to be the year that you finally stop feeling sore and achy and start getting in shape, losing the body aches, and aging audaciously, because that is what we are all about here. I'm Tracy Sider, editor turned pain relief and body shaping exercise specialist for women over 40. That is who I specialize in, because I feel that our age group is just so underserved. I'm also the host of the Moving and Reshaping Club Facebook group, which, as I said, is where you will find all the replays for the holiday gift fair, as well as many free guides and challenges and tons of other free content and exercises. So come and join us there. I'm also the creator of the Reshape Method online body realigning and restructuring program for women over 40. And if you are wondering exactly what the Reshape Method is and how it works, how you can join, I will be talking about that more tomorrow. Today, though, I am sharing some gifts and stocking stuffers from the 2023 edition of my Ultimate Holiday Gift Yourself Guide. And we are going to be focusing on page 9. So if you've got the guide in front of you, head to page, where is it? Page 9. Here we go. Head to page 9. And if you don't have the guide yet, then you can grab it here. I am going to put the link in the chat, but I think it is also above you in the description wherever you are watching. Okay. So grab the guide, go to page 9, because there's page 9, okay? I'm going to help you to get the most out of your standing workstation, and I'll also be talking about why even having a standing workstation is so important, how to set one up easy peasy if you want to try it out before going to the expense of actually buying a standing desk, and why, even if you're not working all day behind a screen, why having a standing workstation option is so important as well. So you can grab the guide from there, or you can grab it from my website. I am going to put the link in the chat to my website. Also, each day of the 5-day fair, I will be gifting someone a special gift. And those people will be announced next week. So you have all weekend to catch up. All you have to do is type done at the end of each session so that I know you're in, because you've got to be in it, right? You've got to be in it to win it, and be sure that you are signed up for the fair so that I can contact you, and I've put those links below. So on day 1 and 2 of the holiday gift fair, I am gifting out the Aligned and Kicking workshop bundle. Plus, the giftee will receive a half-round foam roller. That's for day 1. For day 2, also the Aligned and Kicking workshop bundle. And the giftee will receive one of those incredible yoga bolsters that I went through on Tuesday and showed you on day 2, and showed you all different ways that you can get amazing use out of a yoga bolster. And if you want to check out what Aligned and Kicking is, and get it for yourself, because I have a $10 off coupon code, then there is the link, okay? So yesterday's gift is free membership to the Reshape Method 2-week preview program, which is valued at $297. Plus, I am throwing in a complimentary private alignment session. So if you want to check out what the day 3 gift is, then here is the link to that. And today's gift is free membership to the Reshape Method Essential Program, okay? Now, my Essential Program is the entry-level tier of the Reshape Method. It's $597, but you still get access to my transformational system that reshapes and restructures your body from the inside out. So if you want to learn more about today's gift and what you can get, if you type done in the comments, go and check it out there, all right? So today we're talking about standing desks. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if anybody's watching us live or on the replay, if you have a standing desk, if you want a standing desk, if you've been thinking about getting a standing desk, if you use a standing desk, what do you think of it? How does it make your body feel? I know a lot of people, my husband included, tried one and his body could not manage it. And so it's on the lower setting all the time. But standing desks are really amazing if you know how to get the most out of them. Okay, so I'm watching the comments. Let me know if you have a standing desk and what you love about it or what you hate about it. So I'm going to be showing you how to get the most out of your standing desk and some awesome things that you can gift your colleagues, your family members, or yourself to help make your standing desk make a real difference in your body. But first, why is having a standing desk even important? Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. So, and I hope you can't hear my dog. He's barking his head off because we have somebody fixing our chimney so that we can start using the fireplace, and the dog's going nuts. So remember on day 2, I spoke about the fact that the root cause, the underlying reason why women over 40 struggle to get in shape, struggle with all manner of aches and pains that don't get better no matter how much physical therapy or chiropractor or massage appointments we go to. We struggle to get toned and strong and fit no matter like how many yoga classes or Pilates classes or laps we swim or how far we ride on the Peloton bike. And I said the reason for this is because most women over 40 are out of alignment.
In other words, we said, let me grab Skelly here, that this skeleton is in anatomical neutral. The bones are at very specific places so that the body can work at its best, get strong easily, and also not create any aches and pains. This is where we want to be. And the problem, put Skelly down, is that most of us are out of alignment. So doing the necessary physical movements to reshape your alignment and to get the structure of your skeleton back to anatomical neutral, like Skelly, that is the missing piece for so many of us. That is the game changer. And I also said that one of the main reasons why we're out of alignment is because of all the chair sitting that we have done for hours and hours and hours and years and years and years, probably since about the age of 6, you know, when our teachers said, no more circle time for you, we have, whenever we sit, we have been sitting on chairs. And sitting on chairs, I went over this on Tuesday, I'll do a quick review. Sitting on chairs sets our body at 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees, over and over and over for years and years and years. And it's this repetitive geometry because the body adapts to the position we're in the most. And there are some very important, crucial reasons why the brain does that, why the body adapts to the position we're in the most. The problem is when we get up out of our chair, we've actually got all these little kinks and grooves and compensations happening in our body that when we stand up, we're not stacking like Skelly there. Our body has adapted to the sitting position. Some bits are too sticky, some bits are too mobile, some muscles are too tight, some muscles are too long and loose, and this all has an effect on the body. So we get stuck in this misshapen, misaligned position and posture. And the consequences that come with that misalignment is that we struggle to get fit and toned and strong. We get all sorts of aches and pains that I went into detail and spoke about yesterday because you're moving around, you're a fully functional human being, amazing. But what we don't realize is that when we're out of alignment, and certainly when we're losing the protective effects of estrogen, all our movements are being created with cheats and compensations. In other words, muscles and joints that shouldn't be moving us are moving us. And so we have issues, overuse issues there. And then muscles and joints that are meant to be moving us are not moving us. And so you have underuse issues in those areas as well. So yes, excessive chair sitting is a problem. So part of the alignment reshaping process involves finding ways to chair sit less. And on day 2, I spoke about floor sitting and having different ways to work and to eat and to go about your day. And I showed you how to set up a floor sitting station with your yoga bolster and some other great stocking stuffers, okay? Because especially if you are working at your computer all day long or seeing patients or clients, you know, having to be still, the important thing is that because we're having to be still to work, I mean, the human body evolved over millennia to move in many, many different ways, in a variety of ways all day long. Movement was part of our survival. We had to move in order to survive. But now, as modern women, stuck behind of our computers is the exact opposite. We have to be still and stationary and sedentary in front of our clients or patients or computers in order to survive. But the problem is that your body, which was designed for all day dynamic movement, didn't get the memo. And so we are stuck with these issues in our body because we are not moving enough. But you know, what's a woman to do? We still need to be at our computers, we still need to be working, we still need to be with patients. So what we want to try and do, and what I help people with in the Reshape method, is creating more dynamics in the day, being able to move between different areas, you know, where you work or where you spend your time doing things if you are retired and not working. So the important thing is you want to be moving your body in different positions all day long so that you are not stuck in the same geometry for too long. Because think about it for a minute. What position are you in when you're eating, when you're driving, when you're commuting, when you are watching TV, when you're waiting for the dentist, when you're waiting for the airplane, when you're sitting on the airplane? Whenever we sit, we are generally chair sitting. And it's that repetitive geometry of chair sitting that is the problem. Right, so go and check out the day 2 replay for where I talk about a low workstation. And today we're going to be focusing on a higher standing workstation. And I have all these different workstations around my house, and I move between them throughout the day. So another low workstation, well, it can be a workstation, or this is amazing if you don't necessarily work at a computer, just having a different place to sit while you're relaxing or watching TV, is the beanbag. Okay, I love my beanbag. Beanbags are not just for kids, okay? In fact, if you want to keep your body young, then you need to be doing things with it regularly that kids do, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And of course, most of us first need to be able to do the reshaping work on the mat to be able to get the range of motion and flexibility and strength to be able to easily get up and down off the ground. And that's what a program like the Reshape Method is there for. But once you have that range of motion, or you working towards that range of motion, then, and I hope you've all bought your copy of the Ach to Zen of Perimenopause, which is also very relevant if you post-menopause as well. I love sitting in my beanbag for talking on the phone, or scrolling through my phone, or reading, or doing like any kind of creative work, because just the action of getting up and down off the floor and being in this deep flexion at your knees, deep flexion at your hips is really good for you. And you know, if you're coming up and down off the floor a couple of times a day, that's like, hey, you would go to a gym class to do that. But if you're weaving that movement into your whole day, then that is really where the magic is at. And we call that movement multitasking in the Reshape Method. So let me know if you like the idea of a beanbag. Really, it makes you feel like awesome and young. And I have a few of them around my house, and my friends love using them as well. We sit on beanbags and bolsters, and lots of fun. So besides sitting in different ways and at different heights, standing is an important part of a dynamic workstation environment as well, because we really just, you know, as a society and a culture, don't get enough opportunities to just stand and weight bear through our legs throughout the day. Also, having some kind of standing workstation is a great opportunity to do more movement multitasking, because you are able to do all sorts of corrective exercises while you are standing to maintain this new alignment that you have created. And I'm going to be showing you some of those exercises today, so stay tuned and stay with us till the end. Because there are some caveats when it comes to having a standing workstation. And the first is that people land up standing for too long, okay? Standing is fatiguing. You know, on the one hand, we say, oh, sitting is the new smoking. We need to sit less. So a lot of people I know are just like, throw away their desk, get a standing workstation, and now they're standing for like 5 to 7 hours a day. That is not the solution either. We are not meant to be standing all day long. In fact, when more kind of like hunter-gatherer societies have been studied, it's found, for example, the Hasda in Tanzania, they sit almost as much as we sit, except they're not sitting the same way all the time. So you don't want to, the opposite of sitting on your chair is not standing all day long, okay? That is not the solution. The solution is going through these different heights and different levels. So first of all, standing is fatiguing. We don't want to be doing it for too long. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I use to help me with that, because, you know, taking your desk up and down is not ideal either, especially when you've got all sorts of wires and things attached all over the place. So I have a solution for that. But the other thing is that if you are standing excessively on the skeleton, that is misaligned. You know, in other words, if you haven't gone through a program like the Reshape Method to restructure your body, or you're in shoes with the positive heel, which we spoke about yesterday, if you're standing in that workstation in heels that are pushing you forward onto your quads so that your butt and your lateral hip muscles are not being able to hold you up, that is also a problem, okay? And check out yesterday's day 3 replay where I go into detail about that, because then your standing is actually doing you more harm than good, because you are adding load, you are adding weight to a structure that is fundamentally unstable and misaligned, okay? And think what happens when you play Jenga. That structure, as that structure becomes misaligned, things eventually fall down. It's mechanics, it's gravity, it's physics, ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? Except work on creating this change through the fundamental structure of your body from the inside out. Then that standing becomes the medicine rather than the malady, all right? So we want your muscles and bones in the right place so that they can support you properly, so that that standing is not being done with cheats and compensations. And which is why as soon as you get fatigued as well, that is when you also go into your cheats and compensations. And we want to be avoiding that. So I'm going to show you the first thing that I use. First of all, turn off my heater because it's gone quite hot in here. So the one thing that I use with my standing desk, okay, so if you go to page 9, you'll see I've given an example of a standing desk. There are many different types. I have one from IKEA. Obviously, I can't show it to you because that's where I'm doing the presentation from. But you can get, I like the manual one that I roll up and down because it's just giving me a reason to do some more movement with my arm that I otherwise wouldn't do if I pressed a button. But sometimes, you know, offices and works environments, HR, for whatever reason, don't want people to have standing desks necessarily. So you can also buy a standing desk converter that you can just put on your work desk, and often companies and HR are more open to that and may even supply you with one if you ask. So what do you do then about avoiding having to take the thing up and down and up and down, avoiding overstressing your body, overburdening your body, over fatiguing your body by standing too long? I love this. Let me bring it. This is called a perch stool. Let me just make sure that you can see it properly. So you can also use a bar stool, I'm sure, but this is a stool that is specifically for a standing desk. I got this from IKEA. And what I love about it is that it's got this thingy over here that allows this part to move a little bit so that you can stand, you can do your work, right? When you start feeling tired, you can just come and perch and rest on it for as long as you need to, and then carry on working, which means you can set your desk, you know, at the higher setting for longer. And then when you're really fatigued, you know, you can bring it down to a normal seated position. Or if you have the range of motion, I mean, you can sit on it properly as well. It's going to move around here because you can put your feet down, or, you know, if you have the range of motion, you can sit cross-legged on it too. I love my perch stool. It's the best. If you are really just experimenting with the whole standing workstation thing, you can, in the meantime, use a bar stool to lean on. Okay, so that is a perch stool option. I'm just going to put this here for the meantime. Let me know what you think of that perch stool, because this is a great time to get something like that. If you are already into the whole idea of standing desks. So, as I said, standing is not the opposite of sitting, okay? Well, it is, but it isn't in terms of the movement perspective. They are both sedentary things, so you still need to be doing movement in your day. The other thing is that just because you're sitting less by standing at a workstation and doing more standing, that just the standing alone is not going to change the underlying biomechanical shape of your body, okay? That change can only be done through a series of corrective exercises in a program like the Reshape method or other programs. And if you want a better understanding of how you are out of alignment and how standing could actually be doing you more harm than good right now, then please feel free to book a complimentary alignment assessment with me. I'm offering a few of those. I have about 3 more spaces left until the end of the year. So feel free to hop on and let me take a look at what is going on with your alignment and to help you out with that. Okay, so I showed you my perch stool. I love my perch stool. The other thing I want to show you for today, and I will try and keep today a bit shorter, is how to, well, because I can't actually demonstrate with my standing desk because I'm at it, I want to show you how to set up your own standing workstation, and if you're not necessarily working, if you are retired, but you still spend time emailing from your computer or checking things or whatever, then you may want to also spend that time. That's a great opportunity to spend some time standing or at a low workstation. But let me show you how you can, easy peasy, for zero cost, set up a standing workstation. So what I have here is like a highish kind of table, okay? It usually has a plant on, but any size desk or table can do. And then I've taken a box. I found a moving box in the garage that is the right height for my height. You want the table and whatever box, or you could use a laundry basket upside down. I'm just putting that on the table and then popping my laptop on top of that, and voila, for zero cost, I now have a standing workstation, okay? Because what you can now do at your standing workstation is some awesome stuff. The second thing I want to show you, if you love a standing workstation, is a tofu mat, all right? Again, this may be something you would have to ask your company about. You don't want it to be a tripping hazard, but these have become really popular. And it's an anti-fatigue mat because sometimes standing on the very hard surfaces can be a lot for your body. Let me just actually take my Fit Kicks off. You want to check those out from yesterday. And what I love about this mat, the tofu mat, T-O-P-U, and there are different types that you can get, is you can see over here, let me show you close to the screen. It's not just an anti-fatigue mat. It's got these different areas on it, okay, so that you can be doing corrective exercise while you're working. You can be doing like pressure under your foot, and I'm going to show you that exercise in more detail in a minute because that is amazing. You can be doing calf stretching over here. You can be doing, heel raises over here, and doing all these amazing things while you're working. And anti-fatiguing. Although, as I said, standing just on itself is fatiguing, and you don't want to overdo it. You want to perch on your stool or move your laptop or go somewhere else. The thing is, that fatigue is a message. It's telling you it's time to change positions. We don't want to be in the same position all day long. So listen to the messages. Listen to the messages and move through some different types of working stations. For sure, it's easier to do when you work at home, but there are ways to work around it at the office. And we can talk about that. And also, you don't ask, you don't get. So knowing what to ask and why to ask, your company may just surprise you. So what I want to show you over here as well, you don't necessarily have a tofu mat, or if that's a tripping hazard where you are, you can take your half round foam roller from the day one, and you can do some calf stretching while you are at your standing workstation. I do that tons while I am standing and working and zooming to everyone and to all my private clients. There we go. The other exercise I want to show you, which really relates to what we were talking about yesterday in terms of shoes and our feet and how our feet have been squished together. And we spoke about toe socks and how we want to widen our feet and let them splay, and how that makes such a difference to the strength and health of your body. You want to maybe think of getting yoga tune-up balls. Okay, these are also in the guide, because these are just the right consistency to do all sorts of like fascial work with your body. But what I love doing with the yoga tune-up ball is something called a top of the foot stretch, where you just come onto the ball and you're standing hip distance apart, your feet are even, and you're just letting your forefoot, so it's not under your toes, it's not under your heel, you're just letting your forefoot spread and relax over the ball. So it's not rolling the ball, although that in and of itself is amazing. It's great fascial work. It feels awesome. This is different. This is for spreading. Yesterday we spoke about how 25% of the muscles and bones on your body are from your ankle down, and how the shoe industry has been squishing our feet into shoes that have us tapered and narrow, and how this has affected the mechanics and the working of our whole body. And that once you get proper foot shape and mechanics and range of motion back, that is the absolute game changer. So what we're doing with the ball under the foot stretch is that we're just letting your whole forefoot relax and open, and those muscles, all those muscles between the bones in your feet, and there are many, have actually atrophied because they have been squeezed together and haven't worked for years and years and years. So we're just creating space. We're just letting those muscles relax to their normal resting tension so that they can actually start working for you. And this is an amazing exercise to do at your standing desk. And just to feel the difference from side to side is pretty incredible. Now, so let me show you again. And how you would do this at your standing desk is you just got the ball under your forefoot, and then it's very easy. Nobody can even tell that you're there, that you're doing anything, right? You're just moving it to different places under your foot. I'm just moving it to different places under my foot and just letting my foot relax over that ball. Heels on the floor, just letting my forefoot relax over the ball. That is the exercise. That's it. And it is pretty incredible. I know for most people in the Reshape method, this is our favorite exercise. And the effects of it, you can feel it right away. You go for a walk after this, you are really going to notice the difference in how more musculature is involved in your gait cycle as you walk. So yoga tune-up balls. What I love about yoga tune-up balls, do not use a lacrosse ball. That's what I would say. A lacrosse ball or a cricket ball, depending on where you are in the world, is too hard. You want something that's got a little bit of give. If you want to try this, this stretch right now, this ball under the foot stretch, you can't, like right now, you can use a tennis ball if you've got one. Tennis ball is a great place to start if your feet are quite sensitive and quite kind of like stuck. You want to just start with a tennis ball, but you'll soon see that a tennis ball will become too easy. It's going to give under the weight of your foot, because over time you want to be putting more and more and more pressure into the ball. And so what's great about these yoga tune-up balls is that they are just the right consistency for this kind of work. So go and grab those. You'll see that the link to the yoga tune-up ball is also in the guide. Where is it? It is on page 5. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to show you today from the gift guide, it is also under the Align at Work section, is computer glasses. Okay. So if you're a woman over 40, you've probably noticed that your eyesight has changed, or is changing, or is consistently changing. And if you wear glasses, you probably have multi-vision or bifocal, or whatever they're called where you are in the world. Now the thing is, if you have multifocal glasses and you are working at a computer, what happens is that the bit that you want to look at in the computer is usually this section, okay? Which means, all right, so let me put my normal glasses on. These are my normal glasses that I wear throughout the day. Now, in order for me to actually be able to see clearly out the section close to the computer, I'm actually having to do that with my chin, okay? I'm having to lift my chin so that I can see out of the section for the closer vision, which means that I'm like this all day long. Terrible, terrible, terrible for your alignment, okay? And I see so many people doing that. So here is something that you can absolutely Secret Santa yourself and get a nice pair of computer glasses that are just set for the distance between you and your screen so that you can have your head in good alignment while you are working. And considering that we're spending so much time working, this is an incredible investment. And what should the position of your head be? So most of us are a little bit out here anyway. You want to think about your head just dropping your chin a little bit and like you're eavesdropping on a conversation. So just doing what's called a little bit of a head ramp. You don't want to push too much against the tension at the back of your head. And you want to make sure that you have told your optometrist what more or less the distance is between you and the screen that you use the most. So those are the computer glasses. I don't know what I did without them. Changed my life when I got computer glasses. And yes, it does mean that I'm often around the house like this with 2 sets of glasses, or I'm shouting all the time, wear these glasses, wear those glasses. It's worth it. It's absolutely, absolutely worth it. Okay, so we are done for today. Just type done when you are finished watching. And here is the link again to check out today's gift. And remember, I will be announcing those gifties next week. And so you have all weekend to catch up and watch. If you're watching this over the weekend, there's still time. Type done, type done. And of course, you can get the guide and register for the fair at this link. Okay, amazing. And I will see if there are any questions. I'll go and take a look in a minute. If you're watching on the replay and you have any questions, please just type them in the chat, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of the 5-day holiday gift fair for women over 40, where I will be telling you more about the reshape method. Plus, I will be talking treadmills, okay? Treadmills and other big gym equipment, because these are often things that we like to, these are high ticket gifts that we like to gift ourselves. Things like treadmill and Peloton bikes. I'll be talking to you a little bit more about those. The pros, the cons, the do's and the don'ts. And I will be showing you the ultimate, the best gift that can help you have a strong toned core and Michelle Obama arms in 20 seconds a day, no crunches or planks, okay? So give me a thumbs up if you want to learn about that. Amazing. Enjoy the rest.